We in there. Wagwan. Welcome to another episode of the Art Life Podcast, brought to you by the Pay the Artist Club. Of course, it's hoodie season, it's that time of year, getting into the fall up here in Jersey. So, yeah, it's about that time. Need your hoodies, need your t-shirts, all that. Go to imdmuse.com and order your Pay the Artist gear today. So today, this episode is titled How to Get into the Art World. And just for a little clarity, what I mean is how to do commerce outside of your home or online, or actually getting in the public and interacting with others off of social media or emails and things like that. Like actually get into the world, be part of the situation. Um, that's what I mean when I say how to get into the art world, right? And this could be both still non fine art pathway, so it's not necessarily uh, galleries and museums, but still how to expand your brand, how to be notable amongst other artists, and be considered part of the family, part of the community. That's what I mean by get into the art world, right? You want to figure out how to come outside if you've just been doing it online, and whether or not you've been having success or what degree you've been having success with that is neither here nor there. At this point, one of your goals is to get into art communities and art world, then this one is for you. So, um, first and foremost, it's kind of I prefer a two-prong attack, right? Strategy. Because there's a saying, I don't know it verbatim, but somewhere along the lines of like a prophet is hated where they're from or not appreciated where they're from. You kind of got to go somewhere else um, to be appreciated sometimes. And oftentimes that's true as well. Um, but the other side of that would be, which is why I said my recommendation would be a double prong strategy, would be to both attack locally and expand out, and also kind of see, particularly if you already have some traction in another area, you can look through your determining factors, your key performance indicators, your KPIs, and see, out of those demographics, if this area is, you get a majority of traffic from there, then that's probably kind of where you might want to start and touching ground over there, touching base over there, um, discovering and creating opportunities for yourself and going to support other artists that are in those communities, in those areas where you've already building some type of traction. I would recommend that as be like, oh, I don't know where to go. But if 18%, which might, this is an example, might happen to be the largest concentration, because everybody else might have 3% here, 4% or whatever. But if the largest concentration is in a particular area, you want to start doing things in that area. So if 18% of engagement that I get might be in the DMV area, guess what? It's looking like I might be appreciated in the DMV. So I might want to do more things in the DMV. I mean, the Northeast is kind of, like I said, if you can make it in the Northeast, you can make it anywhere. So Northeast is kind of, you know, rough as it is, period. Um, and of course, the density is a lot more people. So you know, it's just a lot more competition, if you want to call it that. Um, say both more opportunities and less, like more because of volume, but less because there's also more people. So kind of got to navigate that. But if you get into these communities, whether local or not local to you, but you get into what somebody else might consider local, still very grassroots, still, people know each other, see each other around, and come support each other type of stuff. Um, in a specific area, that's what I consider local. So it might not be local to you. So let's say if you were in Jersey and you had your local market. I'm in Newark and in Elizabeth, so I got that market. And then if I went down, to the DMV, let's just choose DC, right? Then I would. This is all theoretical, hypothetical, right? I would also be getting into the community in that community as well too. So the same things that the local artists down there will be doing, I'm all in it so much to where they think I'm local, right? And I'm doing the same thing up in here. So at that point, I'm both home based and out of town. And what starts to happen is people that are out of town see you doing stuff where you at, and they're like, oh, okay, he popping. Let's do it, whatever he or she. I mean, I don't mean to do that to you. However you identify, and that might make people from out of your area, out of town, want to do more things with you. And then when you're doing things out of town, and people from where you are see you doing things out of town, you automatically look like you're making steps, which you are, in progress towards your goals, your dreams, and all of that. And other people are messing with you. It's kind of like you've been verified, you've been vouched for, and these people theoretically are doing it based off of whatever skill sets you bring, personality you bring, gifts you bring, all of that, versus having known you at all. Because there's a chance that some people might mess with you where you're from because they know you. You just have those relationships. But if you're successful outside of where it is that people know you, if you're a stranger coming to a strange land and people are messing with you, that kind of adds more legitimacy, um, seemingly, to people on the outside looking in that are from where you're from. So now they're like, oh, they got stuff going over there, they blowing on over there. And then now they want to do more stuff with you locally because they don't want the talent to go because it's not being appreciated. Um, and people just like to be where the action is. And if you're where the action is, if you got action going on, you tend to just draw more action and you can kind of keep running off of that. So my advice, like if I was consulting you, which I kind of am at this moment, you paid me for a consultation and you asked me this question, of course, obviously we will get more into exactly what you do, type of artist you are, message you want to bring, audience, all that stuff, and get a real customized strategy. But on the surface level, I would tell you we need to pick two markets where we want to be. One, if you're not already in that market, let's be somewhere, relatively close. Or it could be somewhere where you used to be, but you still got all the connections there, whatever the case, maybe still access to that, can still get back and forth, relatively easily. We can do that, but then let's pick another one as well, right? And work on both. And we're going to use those like two swords, and they both going to be, iron, and it's going to be iron sharpens iron. That's it. You're just going to keep doing like that, bouncing back and forth, whether it be regions, whether it be states, it could be cities. It don't have to be, super far. You can do, let's say, particularly again, example, where I'm at in Jersey. Newark has his own scene, and Jersey City, which is 15, 20 minutes away, on the path is like 10 minutes. Like you jump on the train, it's 10 minutes. But it's right there. And it has its own market. It has its own, community of artists. They got different things going on. It's beautiful when there's some type of collaboration, or if just not, lack of communication, and we can go to things in Newark and Jersey City, because sometimes they might be doing things at the same time, more so in the past because they just didn't just want to communicate and just let each other know what's going on. So fairs was happening at the same time, festivals happening at the same time, and you want to go to all of it. You can't go to all of it because it's at the same damn time. You can't even go to everything in one of them. In one of them, and they multiple day festivals. In one of them, they activate in that many places, that much art, that many events that you're not making it through all of them. If you go to the Newark Arts Festival, you're not making it through everything in the Newark Arts Festival, period. Now imagine if JCast is going on simultaneously, the Jersey City Arts Festival simultaneously, which now also includes the 14C Art Fair show. Shout out to my girl executive director Robinson Holloway. They it's just not like it's just impossible. You want to, cool, unless you can duplicate yourself and teleport, it ain't happening. It's not happening. So um, you can have something going on in both those different markets simultaneously. You can be active in both, and you can be back and forth between both on the train. It's going to cost you literally a few dollars, and you back and forth on both of them. And it's still seen as, let's say, North is your home. That's my home. I've got stuff going on in that arts community, and then my visiting, location could be Jersey City, and then I got stuff going on in that artist community as well. And I know artists that have this going on exactly, and a few that have even more, but these are part of their markets that they're in and they're active in, as far as showing their work and supporting other artists. So now, what do we do? How do we get in, right? The easiest thing is to come in supporting arts organizations. You want to look and see who are your anchor organizations. So you want to be supporting them, and you want to find some artists that I recommend all this stuff be authentic and genuine because it's hard to keep up act. So find some artists that you actually like, you actually mess with, or at least you like their work, and support them. And support as consistently as you can. Don't be shy about letting them know that you support them. Like, don't just show up to the shows and you never speak to them, or that's it's cool that you came and everything or whatever. I guess we can click that another head came through the door, but you know, um, are you taking pics with them there? Are you posting those and tagging them and saying, "Oh, this was an amazing show I went to. You should go check it out." Are you sharing their stories? Are you sharing their posts in your stories? Like stories, you should utilize your stories. It don't cost you nothing. It don't mess up the aesthetic of your page, your wall. None of that. It's temporary. Throw the joint in and share it. You should be sharing. This is what I tell the Paid Artist Club. You should be sharing somebody's work every day. Period. Like it's kind of one of our challenges that we do. Like that support typically garners support for you, and they start doing the same thing if they like your stuff. They might not. I mean, it is what it is. They might like you as a person. They might not like your stuff. Who knows? But you never get to know them as a person if you're not starting to build a rapport, right? So we can start from a few shares, some likes, some comments. You see the show coming up, comment, hey, this looks amazing. I just put it on my calendar. Bam, guess what? Now they expecting you to come. They might not remember you said you was going to come, but now when you do come, you can introduce yourself and say, hey, I told you I was going to come. Like it gives you an icebreaker already when you come through the door. Or if they respond, hey, good to see you there. I'll make sure, you know, we chop it up when we get there. Or I bring you a gift or something like that to kind of build up the anticipation for y'all meeting. So now they really looking for me to be there, whatever the case may be. Or if something happens and I can't make it, I'll let them know, keep up with them. Anytime we get a chance to interact, that's cool. At that point, I was probably sliding the DM and say, hey, I know I was coming, blah, blah, blah. If I happen to know beforehand, it was something that I would have went to, I wanted to go, or even if I wouldn't have actually went, but, I want to support them. I might even comment, this is great, can't make this one. I keep my eyes open for the next or something. Like, I'm going to figure out some way to support, some way to start building rapport, you know? Or you could put, I'm gonna try to make this. I mean, I hope you not lying and you actually trying to make it. Don't, you know what I mean? Some people be like, oh, I see if I can come. I think about it. And it's no. They knew it was no. When you asked their ass, they knew it was no. They wasn't going. But, sometimes people drag you out or they don't want to say no. So it is what it is. But um, use these opportunities to get to know somebody, have them get to know you. My fault, I keep scratching my ankle. I'm outside in this gazebo and all that. This light is, dusk and the mosquitoes is outside like they single. Like it's crazy out there. It's sheesh. But so we're gonna wrap this up pretty soon. So I can hop in the whip and get out of here. What was I saying? Yeah. So how to break into that art world, right? Now, once you're meeting this artist, they start to show you, even if they're not showing you, like telling you here, but they popping up different places. Guess what? You're getting to know those places as well. Hopefully, you're getting to meet some other people in these places. You're getting to know the proprietors or curators or coordinators, administrators, owners, whoever it is, that's involved in these situations. And you're building your list. And you can be doing that off of just following these few people that are active, in that community, trying to figure out, what's going on. Um, Maybe you can assist them with some things. Maybe I can do a collaborative event or whatever the case may be. But you should be trying to do these things in both of these markets that I'm talking about. Wherever your markets that you choose, however close or far apart they are from each other and or from you, we need to be doing this simultaneously. And yes, we do need to be doing what we need to do back home and checking out as well, because at some point people will be checking your resume, both literally and metaphorically. So they'll be checking back home, especially if they happen to know anybody that's back in your area and asking, do you know this person? Do you know about them? Getting your character, getting your work ethic, your CV, all that, like what they've been up to, have they accomplished type of things. So you want to have that in order when people call back home. You got to be who it is that you say you are as well, right? And you can, be reinventing yourself and everything. But if they call back home and like nobody has heard of you, you ain't never put a piece of art up nowhere. Um, it could be a little weird. It could be a little weird. So I recommend you take care home, getting that your local art market moving and gone, and then also you're doing something out of town. And usually, if you get that right and going together, they play off one another, and things really start to move. And you kind of almost always have something going on, because if it's not going on over here, it'll be going on over there as well too. Um, so figure out what your anchor arts organizations are, your anchor artists are. Figure out um, in whatever markets that you're going to be, and then start working from there. I can't give you more strategy in that one. It's this free little video. But if you need more help, make sure you go to imdmuse.com. Make sure you check me out on Instagram at imdmuse, and you hit pay the artist, and we'll talk. This is D Muse, pay the artist. Peace.